Ah, welcome traveller. Come in, take a seat and put up your feet. Today, we're diving into a game called Going Medieval, a colony sim city builder survival game, where we will be cooking up some roleplay to enhance the gameplay. This is part 20, yes, 20, in our multi-part series, and if you'd like to see more of this, please like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Let's get cooking. Welcome back. Another day in Hearthguard. And as we can see, what we constructed in the last episode is looking really good. The settlers are getting good use out of it, and it's really filling that gap here towards the entrance. But we do have some other gaps to look at today, specifically this one over here. And I think I know exactly what I want to construct here. Now you see, rulers in medieval times would often host festivals and tournaments, or tourneys, in which knights would compete for valor and honor and accolades and so forth. But in order to do that, you needed a tourney ground, somewhere to compete with enough space for the common folk to look upon it from grandstands, and especially for your nobility to have good views of the sport. So in order to facilitate this, or at least give the idea that we can facilitate it, we're going to construct a tourney ground over here. We can also in the future use this to actually train up our settlers. Have two of them equipping the best possible armor and really bad weapons, and they can just have a go at each other and increase their melee skills. Or we can look at doing the ranged as well, although that's a little bit more dangerous. But it is a way to essentially train up their fighting capabilities in this game. And we can maybe have a look at showcasing that in a future episode. But for today, we actually need to construct the facility itself. So right, let me quickly throw up a design and we can see if it's going to work. Right, so I've actually gone for quite a large design here, as you can see. So how this will function is we'll have stairs on the sides leading up to, well, the seated area over here, which will have plenty of chairs and so forth for spectators, and then some nicer chairs over here and over here for the nobility itself. Obviously a roof over it, and then an enclosed tournament area with two gates, one on each side, and then we'll have some armor stacks, or armor stands, sorry, with weapon racks, and then we'll have shields displayed on the walls as well. And just to top it off, on each corner we'll have some statues as well placed, that look similar to these ones over here in design. And I think that this is going to work quite nicely, and it also perfectly fills up that space there. Once it's constructed, we'll look at obviously changing up the floors a bit to more have this accentuation on the sides here, and we can look at tweaking things here and there. But let's first see what it looks like once it is built and ready. Right, let's let this run and then we'll have a look.
They came with hope in hearts so bold, built dreams with timber, earth and soul, in lands where mist and legends roam, set the stage for knights to call home. With sweat and song they raised the ground, to hear the clash of steel resound. Between the hills and ancient trees, echoes of brave men's victories. In the fields of old yore the horn would blow, tourneys call a grandest show. Laughter, wine and tales untold, in the twilight's amber glow. Village folk and lords alike gathered close by candlelight, feasts and firelight in the air, honoring the joys they'd share. Flags are waving, colors bright, rivaled only by the night. Each brave joust beneath the sun, songs of valor, battles won. Through the dusk till morning's rise, whispers of the past reside. Footsteps fade, yet hearts remain, bound to that enchanted plain. In the fields of old yore, where the horn would blow, tourneys call a grandest show. Laughter, wine, and tales untold, in the twilight's amber glow. In the fields of old yore, where the horn would blow, tourneys call a grandest show. Laughter, wine, and tales untold, in the twilight's amber glow. In the fields of old yore, where the horn would blow, tourneys call a grandest show. Laughter, wine, tales untold, in the twilight's amber glow. Village folk and lords alike gather close by candlelight. Feast and firelight in the air, honoring the joys they share. Flags are waving, colors bright, rivaled only by the night. Each brave joust beneath the sun, songs of valor, battles won. Through the dusk till morning's rise, whispers of the past reside. Footsteps fade, yet hearts remain, bound to that enchanted plain.
And there we go, our tourney grounds are complete. Let's have a look, shall we? So, obviously we have the roof, and then we have the seating itself. So we have some nice fancy seats over here for royalty, nobility, VIPs, so forth. And then we have more simplistic chairs scattered around for everybody not sitting on a cushion. Then over here, we've reinstalled the wicker floor itself into here to prevent any plants from, springing up from the ground. And, well, I think it would be quite easy to clean this, because you could just easily replace the wicker floor. And then we've got stone over here for a equipment area for each side. So a knight would come in, have their armor and weapons already prepared by their squires, grab what they need, enter into the arena, both sides, and they can have their duel here in the center, where everyone can look down and cheer them on. And then we'll also have over here, obviously, decorative shield racks, where we will eventually have nice shields installed as well. But I think that this works perfectly. It really fills the gap that we had in the settlement over here. And it's just, oh, look at that. That's looking fantastic. This place is really coming together fantastically. I like it. I really do. Right, well, what else can we do? Well, there is this spot over here. And I've been thinking maybe we will do like a small little park or relaxation area. But I also want to play around with the idea of there being a well, a source of fresh water. Now, there's no operational well yet in the game. I don't know if there ever will be. But as I mentioned in the previous episode, there are nice little functions that you can actually do with these braziers over here. And that actually does look like a well. And you can extinguish the fire and it will look like a well itself. But let me quickly, instead of talking about it, actually show you what I mean. So I'm quickly going to construct something over here, and then we'll have a look at it once it's done and see if it's going to work. And here we go. It's all built up. So just quickly give you a rundown of what's going on here. As you can see, we're using the limestone brazier over here, and not being lit, it does kind of give that well vibe to it. And I can kind of see there being a well that somehow accesses this clean water from inside, behind the safety of the walls. In addition to that, we've gone and thrown down You guessed it, another backgammon table. This game really needs some other form of entertainment for its settlers. As you can see here, it's only essentially prayer and backgammon. It's horrible. There has to be something more to do for fun. But anyway, we've also gone and placed down some trees, some berry bushes, and then we've also gone and placed this herb gardens down here. Now, I've set all of these, or will set all of these to don't harvest. Most of these I think I've already got. Yes. So they'll grow and it'll look nice, and the herbs themselves will actually end up looking a bit like flowers once they go into full growth. A little bit like ferns, flowers, that kind of vibe. And the berry bushes obviously will have the red, red currants, the little red dots on them as well for a little bit of color. I'm just testing out the birch trees for the time being. I want to see what they look like in this environment. But we will definitely be cycling through some of the trees, throwing in maybe not oak, seeing as we have this massive oak forest over here around the Oak Brethren's temple. But we can look at some of the other trees. For example, we'll quickly check here. We've got birch, we can look at field maples, not the oaks. Some Scots pine, willow trees, and maybe not the apple trees. Apple trees we've used quite a bit already. But yes, I think that's going to look quite nice once it fills in. Once it starts growing nicely, I think that will really do what it needs to do there. Right, so what is still left? Well, I'm thinking that we need to build something here. We've left this for quite a while and not topped off the castle itself. And I think we need to look at building a proper tower. Maybe 2 levels up and then a balcony of some kind. And then we go up another level or 2 and then we top off the castle there. With a nice vantage point to look out across the land. I mean, if we activate this view over here, we should be able to get quite a nice view. If we have something built over here, it should be able to look out quite nicely across everything that we have going on around us. Unfortunately, the map cuts off, but can't really do anything about that. But at least from there, we'd be able to see past all the buildings, all the walls, and see what's actually going on within our realm. Great. Well, let me throw together a little old design here. And I think we're just going to jump down immediately into a speed build and start constructing and get this ball rolling. Great, we'll be back once it's all done.
Stone by stone, our hands they blister. Dreams we wove through the thickets glister. Timbers tall as dragon spine, with our sweat they rose to shine. Brick by brick and day by day, a castle stood where shadows play. We'll build this castle high, oh, in the wild, with hearts of knights and dreams so wide. Under the moon, with stars as our guide, in wilds untamed our dreams reside. Rivers roared, but we stood fast. Through storm and sun, we make it last. Armored hearts and spirits free, in that barren land our kingdom be. Fair maidens and brave young knights, with just a glance they set alight. Banners high in the windy flow, a tapestry where legends grow. We'll build this castle high, oh, in the wild, with hearts of knights and dreams so wide. Under the moon, with stars as our guide, in wilds untamed our dreams reside. We'll build gold as tall as dragon spine, with our sweat they rose to shine. Brick by brick and day by day, our castle stood where shadows play. We'll build this castle high, oh, in the wild, in the wild, oh, in the wild, with hearts of knights and dreams so wide. Under the moon, with stars as our guide, in wilds untamed our dreams reside. dreams reside. We'll build this castle high, oh, in the wild, with hearts and nights and dreams so wide, under the moon, with stars as our guide. In wilds untamed, our dreams reside. Our dreams reside. Our dreams reside. We're flying to wasted fast through storm and sun. We make it last. Armored hearts and spirits free. In that barren land, our kingdom be. Fair maidens and brave young knights, with just a glance they set alight. Banners high in the windy flow, a tapestry where legends grow. We'll build this castle high, oh, in the wild, with hearts of knights and dreams so wide, under the moon, with stars as our guide. In wilds untamed, our dreams reside.
And there we go. We're all done. Let's have a look at what we've actually accomplished in today's episode. So, we built the tourney grounds over here. We went and constructed this little garden area over here as well, which is looking really good actually. And then we went and topped off the top of the castle with this. An area with a balcony, and right at the top, the spire itself to look out across the entire region. Oh, this is looking fantastic. Now, it might look like we are running out of space to build, but far from it. There is still a whole area over here that I want to do something quite special with. And we can always look at extending the bailey itself and doing a secondary bailey, perhaps out here as well. But that will have to be in a future episode, as I think we've got quite a lot done in today's episode. Oh, this is looking fantastic. We're definitely running out of small little gaps inside the curtain wall to play around with. Perhaps small little gaps like that and things like this we can look at filling up eventually. But for the time being, I think we are done. And we're going to call it here for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as that would greatly help the channel. If you would like to be kept updated as to new videos being released, then please hit that notification bell. If you have any feedback, suggestions or requests, leave a comment down below and let us know. Until next time, this is Roast Temp. Keep cooking.